buckle up, because it's going to be a long ride. It's going to be a wild ride. Nobody cares, but we're going to tell you anyways. This is Popcorn Chats. We can still just chat, but I just felt like we were already riffing. We were already I don't want to miss any of the good content.
True.
I'm like,
okay,
oh wait,
smart.
Mikhail, shut up for 1 second because I don't want to talk to you unless the cameras are rolling.
Let's get this rolling because that's the only frame in which this exists. Like, sorry, y'all. It's been fake the whole time. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Popcorn Chats. I'm McKay.
And I'm Katie.
And we bring you an episode that has truly been in the talks, I feel like almost since the beginning of Popcorn Chats. There are multiple occasions, if you're a longtime listener of Popcorn Chats and an avid listener, I'm sure you've heard us mention this before in previous videos. We'll be talking about some celebrity, actor, whoever, and we'll be like, I would want to fight them. And we're like, we need to do our celebrity fight list. And today is the day we are going to be sharing our celebrity fight lists with each other and with you.
I don't know if I'm going to have included everybody that I've ever mentioned on this podcast and I'd be like celebrity fight list, but maybe some super fan out there can go back and listen to every single episode and write them all down and send me it in PDF format.
It was hard because I feel like we say this all the time, or like I even randomly think of it where it's just like, I hate that person. And like sometimes I don't even have a reason for it, but it's like I just don't like them. And I'm like, they would be on my celebrity fight list. But then when it came down to it today, when I was trying to actually make my list, I was blanking out. I couldn't think of anyone, but then I got on a bit of a roll. So this is not the final list. I'm sure Katie and I will have many add-ons that we think of after and in the future when more people just make us angry.
I don't know what Mikhail's list looks like, but we're not including obviously all the people who have been canceled for like really bad shit or like Harvey Weinstein isn't on my list. Obviously, if I saw that man, he'd be getting hit. But we don't need to talk about him more than he's already been talked about. So that's not what this is.
Agreed.
You know?
This is our personal vendetta. Some of these warranted, some of these completely unwarranted.
I would say no one on my list is like, well, there's like one person on my list, a couple that are very deserving of like being smacked the fuck down, curb stomped, but most of these people are harmless. Like,
true.
I truly do wish them no actual harm, but
yeah. So this isn't like an actual threat. If any of your PAs, security teams are listening to this, and if you're a celebrity, this is not an actual threat. We just don't like your face. I'm so sorry. But trust me when I say that Katie and I do not have the strength nor resources to actually do anything about these fight lists. So
there's one person on this list that there's one person I think I could actually beat. But everybody else, I'm so weak. It's tragic.
I think I actually got 3. I think I got 3 or 4 people on here that I could actually fight. But
all right,
we'll get into them when we get into them. So, but first, we must check in.
Check the fuck in. My hair is greasy, so if you're watching, keep your opinions to yourself. Things are going great here in Los Angeles. I've had multiple celebrity run-ins. By multiple, I mean 2. Did I tell you about Jerry?
Yes, I saw your picture with him.
Yeah, so he came to my work and was such a lovely man. He has like a podcast, so he asked me if I listened to his podcast. And I was like, no, but I've seen it on TikTok, like super cool. Yeah, he looks exactly the same, super sweet, super nice. Shout out, I really don't know the actor's name, but he played Selena Gomez's dad on Wizards of Waverly Place. And he offered to take a picture with me, and I was like, I guess,
That's so nice.
And you could just tell like he like loves it when people come up to him or when people say that they recognize him, like not in a self-absorbed way, just like I don't know, he was just a very sweet soul. And then
the dad's a Disney Channel. Like when you think of Troy Bolton's dad, like get out of here.
I was rewatching High School Musical the other night, and that man, I can't say it.
He's on my celebrity fuck list. Not on my celebrity fight list.
We should do one of those.
We should. We should. Okay, wait, I'm going to start my note just in case, because then I know I'm going to be like, what would I say?
Last week, while I was at work, working a closing shift, minding my business, I I've learned about myself that I don't look at people. Like when I am talking and interacting with someone, if I don't know you, I'm not like actually looking at you. And most of the customers that come into my job, I'm just like looking straight through them, working, stalking, whatever. And then this girly and her boyfriend walk in, they grab a little basket and they're shopping, and then the girly is like, "Where are the Pure Beauties?" which is a brand of weed. I was like, "Oh, I got you right here." And she was looking for the indicas, but we didn't have them. Whatever, long story short, I do remember this entire interaction because it's very important to me. So I will not apologize, actually. But yes, and then we were talking, and her boyfriend, who's like an older, very handsome gentleman, he's up at the register talking to my manager about, I don't even know, sports or something. And me and the girlie were just chatting, and I was giving her recommendations, and then she was like making fun of not making fun of him, but she was like talking shit about him to me. She was like, "Yeah, he's such a fucking lightweight. And like, just give me something that's like CBD and I'll tell him that it's real weed." And I'm like, she's actually funny. So I started like registering her, which again, I know sounds bad, but I just come into contact with a lot of people throughout my day. And everybody is kind of the same to me because I'm like doing the same
You're in
spiel.
customer service.
Right. I finally like look and register this girlie, and I'm like, holy shit. That looks like Hannah motherfucking Marin, aka Ashley Benson. And I'm like, try not to look at her too hard because that's weird. I'm also very anxious, and it's like, whether it's her or not, regardless, it's like a very attractive woman, so I'm already sweating. We're walking around the store. She's literally, anything I recommend, she picks it up, throws it in the basket. No check on the price. So I'm like, okay, she's either like super wealthy or he is. This man just standing up at the stand. She goes up and hands him his CBD things. He's like, "Babe, this is exactly what I wanted." And she was like, "Yeah." She looked at me like a fucking idiot. And just like the way she was talking was like Hannah. So I was like, I think that is her. And I was like trying to get a better look, but I could feel myself getting red and hot and like super nervous. So I just like gave her everything that she asked for, and I let somebody else check her out because I was like, if I see that it's her, I'm gonna vomit or say something fucking stupid. So then, yeah, I kind of like went off and did something else and was just kind of, I was checking out another lady while they were finishing up. And then I checked on our system and it said Ashley Benson. And I was like, bitch, I fucking knew it. I just had a full-blown girly lilas moment with the Hannah Marin. I'm so sorry I didn't recognize. She's not fucking listening. I have been kicking myself ever since because it's not that I didn't recognize her. It's almost just like I was like, this isn't happening. I think I disassociated. I was not in my body. She's clearly older, but like still looks amazing. Her voice is a little different. So like, I don't know what it was, but it just did not hit me until it was like too late. But if I could go back in time, I would have said, "That's so funny that you're in here because my podcast, we're literally rewatching your show right now." I do that all the time whenever I meet like people out here. I'm just like, I should have fucking done this.
You think in the aftermath, which is fair enough. Like,
it's like, come on, what am I supposed to do if I'm confronted with Emma Roberts? So I already have my pitch for gay aquamarine. I have that shit on deck. That's one of the interactions that I am prepared for. So
you're ready for
Emma Roberts.
Well, be prepared if Ashley Benson comes back in, because maybe she like had a really good experience with you, like helping her buy all that shit. That next time she'll be like, I want to go back to that same dispensary.
I hope so. I fucking hope so. But yeah, that was.
And then
like
you can
the
say
most
we do
starstruck
standout
I've
star.
ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
we
then
do
you can
stand
say
out
we do
star,
standout
and you
star,
are always
and you
my
are
stand-out.
mine.
Yeah, my stand art. You are my stand
art.
But for real, she's so cool.
That's
just
amazing.
The way she was like making fun of him, but it was clearly also like so into him. I was like, you're a cool chick. And I was like, oh my god.
That's so cute.
You're famous.
What if that was actually like Tyler Blackburn that she was with? Like that was her. I'm still like would love to see the two of them together. I thought they had such great chemistry.
Yeah. No, the guy he was with, or she was with, was handsome. Because then I was talking to this.
I would hope so.
The girl that I was checking out, I was like, oh my god, like that's the most starstruck I've ever been. And she's like, I know, I fucking love Pretty Little Liars. And then she was like, his boyfriend or her boyfriend is really hot.
Yay.
So go off, Ashley. You're killing it. You're beautiful. And you got some good weed. So hope you're enjoying this. That's my life. How are you? What's new in the zoo?
Well, I feel like I've had a high and then I've had just a few lows like delivered like back to back. So my high is that I finally hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I was very excited about that. I had a little bit of an identity, or not like identity crisis, more like a imposter syndrome crisis when I saw that number like tip over, and that still doesn't fully feel like real.
Cool.
But
so proud of you. So happy for you.
Thank you.
So deserving.
So yeah. So there's that. But then obviously you can tell by my voice, I do have a bit of a cold that has been coming on for literally a week at this point. I started feeling sick on Wednesday last week, and I had a wedding over the weekend for some of my friends, and I was like, I'm getting myself a man. I told the cats, I'm like, I'm gonna go and find you a dad tonight at this wedding. My friend that I took with me, she was prepared to like be my wing woman. When I tell you, there were like no single men there whatsoever. And I was like, so I'm sick. There was an open bar there though, so that was a win. And the wedding was really beautiful. But there's no single men here.
Bogus.
And this is like a flop. Like I didn't wear Spanx for nothing. And then I'm sick. Like I woke up sick, and then I've been really sick. And then I just had a personal tragedy. You can bleep this out, but I lost. I cannot fucking find it. I don't know where it is. And it's my favorite one too. Like I have a different one, but I don't like it as much. And I can't find it. And I'm like, it has to be in my apartment somewhere, and I can't find it. So that was just like a second blow.
But, oh my God, dude, I'm gonna try to have AI edit this episode.
Oh.
Because that's a thing now. I don't know if you've been messing around with fucking ChatGPT AI. You should fuck around
Can
with
they
it.
edit my YouTube videos?
Michaela, yeah. And also, they could, like, do your job for you. Like, admin assistant shit. Like, it can write emails for you. It can make templates. Like...
This is some scary shit. Did you see that new Shailene Woodley movie trailer that just dropped?
No.
About her. It's like a rom-com, but it's her and this guy who they have robots of themselves to like do shit for them. But then the robots are all like banned by the government, but they too secretly keep their robots. And then their robots are dating each other, like because they want to date the other, but they're too nervous. So they send their robots to like meet each other. And then their robots end up falling in love and ditching them. And they're like, and stealing their lives, and they're like, we need to go get our robots back.
Oh,
and I don't know,
God.
It looks funny.
That looks
I'm excited
good,
for it.
Or sounds good. That sounds really good.
So anyways, it's just a personal tragedy in my life. I mean, maybe each app or AI can find it. I literally don't know where it is. I looked everywhere. So, yeah, couple of highs, couple of lows.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else? Or are we ready to jump in?
No, let's get to our fighting.
Okay, how many people do you have on your list?
20. How many people do you have?
I have 10.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, here, some of these I can take off. Because some of them, like, I'm not as passionate about. So why don't you go first, and I'll kind of peel down my list a little bit.
Okay, who do I want to start with? I'll start with, like, someone that isn't too bad. James Charles. If I saw him out and about, I would fight just because I feel like it would be funny. I don't know. I just don't appreciate him, and he like apparently likes to fuck little kids. So I think he needs to be knocked down a peg. I would like record the fight and then like put all of his little like iconic moments.
Womp womp womp.
Yeah, when he goes down and be like, yeah, womp, womp. Yeah. Bring me a little
He tries to get
womp.
back up and it's yeah. You start showing his little like mall singing when he's like, one, to pick up the phone. It's like
I would love to do like a rap battle with him, actually. If
my God.
Like, it doesn't have to be physical violence.
This is even pre-Scandival scandal, but Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump Rules would be on my fight list. I have been a Tom Sandoval hater since day one of Vanderpump Rules. I have never liked him, and I'm very happy watching his downfall, sadly at the expense of Ariana, but she's going to be better off. So Tom Sandoval, watch yourself. himself. And I do think I could at least get a punch or two in against him.
for sure,
I think he would be a little bitch, and he would be worried about chipping his nails, ruining his face, messing up his hair. He's such a narcissist, so I think I could at least get a few punches in.
All the boys on that show. I'm just like,
I mean, honestly, all of them. Tom Sandoval in particular. Because I think, like, Jax, I never had the illusion that he was, like, a good... Well, I never thought that Tom Sandoval was a good guy either, but I feel like Jax, you kind of always knew, like, what he was about. And I always felt like Tom was just, like, hiding behind him and using other guys on the show as, like, a little shield so that way he looked better. And he just sucks, so...
Mm-hmm. Another one for me is just going to be Chad Lowe. Byron from Pretty Little Liars.
He has a punchable face.
Right? That's what I mean. Like, did he do anything wrong? No. Honestly, I don't know. This is one of the ones where there's no explanation. It's just they have a punchable face, and...
Yeah.
I would fight him. Give me a ring with Byron.
I'm going to do that with my similar lines with this one. Derek Huff. He just annoys the absolute shit out of me.
Oh my god.
And
R.I.P. Len Goodman. Shout out.
Oh my god, we haven't discussed that yet. That was really sad. I loved Len. R.I.P. to a legend.
Recipes.
I don't like either of the Huff siblings. I don't like Julianne and I don't like him. And I hated when it was like their reign on Dancing with the Stars, and like she was a judge, he was a judge, they were both pros, they always got paired with good people.
Yeah.
And I just don't like either of them. I find them both extremely cringy. I don't really have a reason necessarily for disliking them. Like, I don't think they've done anything wrong. Well, I mean, Julianne Hough did blackface, so I mean, I guess there's that. But Derek Huff, I don't think Derek Huff has really done anything wrong except for the fact that he just annoys the ever-loving shit out of me.
That's a good one, Michaela. They are...
Thank you.
I think they're in love with each other. They're like Disney adults, which I know you are too, but you're not like that.
I feel like I'm chiller than that.
Yeah, definitely. They're always at the Disney shit, hosting weird things, and yeah, they're just like one of those boy-girl siblings that just feels like a little too close.
Weird.
Like you're dancing together, you're ballroom dancing. I'm concerned. As adults, I'm concerned.
I don't know. I remember someone who on TikTok, they literally thought they were a married couple, and then when they found out that they were siblings, they were like mind blown. And I'm like, right?
Me.
Yes.
Let's see. Who do I want to say? Tucker Carlson. I'm not even going to say that this man is a celebrity, but what a piece of fucking garbage. I'm so happy that he's gone from Fox News. We never have to watch that motherfucker again. Again, just like punchable face, but also punchable actions. You deserve to be curb stomped. Yeah. You deserve to be hit. You deserve to have your toupee ripped the fuck off because you're literally like inspiring people to answer their doors with guns because you're riling them up. For what? For views what? And money. You're disgusting. And I'm scared. Yeah. Please leave my father alone. Release the grip you have on him. Thank you.
Release the grip you have on Midwest white dads of America.
They're good people. They don't understand.
Trage. I didn't include like any political correspondence or any like political figures on this because I feel like that kind of like a lot of them, that could be its own separate list. You know, I was able to narrow my list down to 13, so I will have a couple of extra. You're good. I feel like she's going to be on both of our lists, and she's a popular choice for a lot of people. Joey King. Once again, I don't think she's really done anything to people personally.
I also claim Joey King.
Like her here.
I claim her on my list too. I can't believe I left her
on your list.
I don't. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Oh my god.
She's got to be like the original like force behind us wanting to do this episode.
I literally think it probably stems back to like a kissing booth episode. I just again talk about a punchable face, a punchable personality, a punchable voice. Like everything about Joey King just screams annoying to me. I'm so sorry. She could be the nicest person ever. Like, I'm sorry. I can't fucking stand her. And I think her choice in roles, it's like, she just always like pops up and shit. I'm like, stop infecting things.
Fuck it. I think it was Gypsy Rose that did it for me. It wasn't Kissing Booth. It was Gypsy Rose and Kissing Booth combined.
And Ramona and Beezus.
I forgot about that one with Selena Gomez.
I feel like even Jacob Elordi has to look back and be like, huh.
What the fuck was I doing? He
Okay.
is on the celebrity fuck list. For sure.
He is.
His
1000%.
style now, I need it. Like,
He's so sexy.
I aspire to dress and look like him.
He has really good style.
Another one for me is going to be Adam Sandler. We all know my
I knew he would be on your list.
my hate for Adam Sandler runs deep. It's been a long road for me hating this man, and I don't understand why he is not more hated. I think people like to make fun of him and to be like, he's so funny, like eating pickles down, like walking down the street eating pickles, LOL, fresh out of the jar. Oh my god, he's wearing like blue basketball shorts and a tank top. He's so like funny and quirky. He's disgusting. He looks like he smells bad. He's not funny. And I just like everything that has been needed to be said about Adam Sandler. I feel that I've already said. He produces movies and casts hot young women to play the female lead in his stupid, sexist, borderline like rapey movies, and it just rubs me the wrong way. I love Big Daddy. That's the only one that's an exception. But also, don't bring a fucking kid to Hooters.
Wait, what?
He brings a kid to Hooters in Big Daddy. Because that's his favorite restaurant, of course.
Of course. I have a soft spot for I don't know why I kind of like Adam Sandler.
That's why I say
and
this hatred has been an uphill battle for me.
It's a long thing. Yeah. I doubt you'll watch the new Murder Mystery 2 movie that just released on Netflix.
Are you kidding
So
me?
I did watch that this weekend, and I do have to say that it was like funny in like a bad kind of way. Like it makes fun of itself in it, and it's very self-aware, and I liked that. I thought it was entertaining. Probably would have never rewatched, but it was entertaining. Next up, I'm thinking, Katie, you might also have this one on your list, is Lindsay Shaw from Paige from Pretty Little Liars.
But yeah, she should be on my fight list.
Punchable face. And I do think that maybe part of this has to spill over from playing a really unlikable character, because Paige absolutely sucks in Pretty Little Liars. So I do think that part of that is like hatred for Paige is carried over onto the actress who plays her, which isn't fair, but also fair. And also she played Mosley on Ned's Declassified. Again, another shitty character. And I've seen some of her TikToks too, and I'm just like, I despise you. And I would fight you in a second if I could.
Yes. If I saw her on the street walking, say she's on the other side of the street, I'm walking down Melrose. This is what I would do. I'd go, hey, pigskin. She'd, of course, look over. And I'd fucking throw whatever I had on me at her. Hit her right in the back, right in between the shoulder blades. She goes, oh, falls down.
Then she makes a crying TikTok about it, that then you duet and roast the shit out of her, and you are praised for taking her down. We should have made a disclaimer at the beginning of this episode that if you are not in the mood for being a hater, if you're going to be a sensitive little bitch, don't listen to this episode, because we are just here to make fun of, to roast, to complain, and if that's not your vibe, kindly leave the complainers and the haters to hate and complain.
Also, you can hate and complain about us if you want, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm on a lot of people's fight lists. Look at, like, my hair alone is enough reason for me to be attacked.
You can go leave me a mean comment.
My next two are going to be TikTokers. We'll just get them out of the way. So on here, I have Tara's World, don't know if it's Tara or Tara. I have her blocked, so I haven't really seen what she's been up to. I loathe her. I hate her guts. Yeah. That's why I had to block her, because it was just so, like, unhealthy, the, like, amount that I despised her. She lives in LA. She's a TikToker. She has an OnlyFans, which go off queen, get your money, get your bag. She, for a while, was wagging while I was trying to wag. The difference was she was making a passive income on the internet as a TikToker, and she was wagging for shits and gigs, Whereas I was surviving on breadcrumbs and barely able to pay rent and was wagging to survive. So it would really piss me off when I would see her like fucking around with these dogs that I was also like, we walked the same dog several times. It would just infuriate me, and she can do whatever she wants. It's not like she was trying to like make my life harder or whatever.
Business.
Right. But it would just piss me off because I'm like, you don't need to do this. So why are you doing it? And then she like ruffled some feathers in the lesbian community recently because she was making a big deal about like having sex with a girl for the first time or something, and then like doing it for the male gaze and like all this stuff. And I don't really know. At that point, I was like already kind of over it and I didn't really like listen into the full story, but I did see one of her TikToks where she was like, I'm going to be eating pussy, and like all these guys were around her and being like, oh, it's like, please, like, that's those of us who are like actually lesbians have to deal with like men being so obsessed with that for some reason already. So like, please don't add to that. And yeah, so lots of the lesbians were mad at her. Fuck you, Tara's world. She like goes on cruises all the time. Like that's her thing. She just goes on cruises, gets fucked up.
That's
like,
her content.
It's giving like Tana Mojo.
You know what? I'll do a YouTuber, which she is not even a celebrity. Peep into our upcoming episode soon. Catherine Cimarelli. Don't fucking like her.
Yeah, Tara's World isn't a celebrity either, but like...
The Cimarelli sisters, they're a YouTube band, YouTube group of singers. Katie and I have watched since growing up, and we plan to do a Cimarelli deep dive one day. We just need the time to like research it properly. We want to do like it justice.
Right, we want to do it right.
Catherine in particular has always just irritated Katie, like both Katie and I, to just an enormous extent. I just simply would like to just do a little... Like, I know she's a mother now, so sorry, but...
That doesn't matter. Lots of people are mothers, and they're still awful. Picture just any, like, annoying church girl that you know or have come into contact with that is like, God has a plan for you, and even though you're living in sin, I know I'm praying for you to find a way out of it. It's like, Becky, chill the fuck out. I'm just smoking a cigarette. Like, you need to relax.
Well, and also just think of anyone who has just been told their whole life that they're so talented, so they think that they're really talented. Meanwhile,
it's debatable.
Maybe not so much. And like just the amount of solos that I'm like, Lisa, Lauren, Danny should be having instead. It's just... Yeah. She just bugs me.
Why does Kath always need a verse? Why does she always need her moment? But then Lisa is reserved for like the big belt at the end that none of the other girlies can hit. Mm-hmm. We'll get into it, you guys. We will get into this.
We're very excited for that episode. So yeah, but I just had to include her on here because she was one of the first people that came to mind. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you have good ones on here. I feel like you're getting all the encompassing ones. Checking them both off.
That we both.
Our list. Yeah. Yes. Another one for me is going to be the other TikToker that I don't particularly enjoy. Her name is Sedona on TikTok.
Oh my God.
She's a Hey Mama's lesbian, which I have issues with that I'm like trying to work through. But anyways, I had this girlfriend, this public relationship. She cheated on her multiple times. Super bogus. She's like a basketball player in the public eye, and just like the behavior is typical of like a fuckboy. Just like there's no other way to put it. More sensitive to that, but you still just act like some crappy dude. Like it's not very nice. Mm-hmm. So all Hey Mamas, but in particularly Sedona on the Oregon basketball team. Again, not really a celebrity, but if I saw them, it would be a fight and I'd probably lose, and that's fine, but I would still want to try.
Mm-hmm. It'd be worth it.
I think I could get a few good licks in before I got beat down.
I think especially if you took her by surprise or took them by surprise. I don't know. Do they go by they them?
I'm not sure. I don't know for sure. So I kind of just like,
okay.
Right. Yeah.
Up next is going to be a Bravo celebrity, and that is Kyle Richards. I loathe Kyle Richards with every fiber of my being. I can't even begin to describe how much I dislike Kyle Richards, and she has been on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills since season 1, and I have disliked her pretty much her entire time on the show. And I feel like just now recently, once again, I'm feeling validated by a lot of my Bravo hate towards some of these celebrities, because like Tom Sandoval, it took a while for everyone else to get on board, but everyone fucking hates him now too. And Kyle, especially within the last season, people have been coming around and being like, she's actually a shady bitch. And I'm like, she's been a shady bitch since season 1. She has been jealous, she has been petty, she is sneaky, she's manipulative, but she's also not smart enough to be like that good at it. And I just hate her. I hate her. I'm very happy to see her kind of falling from grace, because I've never understood why people like her at all. I think it's honestly because of her husband that like people liked her, and like her family, because like they have a cute family. Her as an individual, rancid.
Yeah, she's kind of like the person I think of when I think of like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Like she just is kind of the face that pops up, and I feel like as somebody who doesn't really watch that show very much, it's just weird that like she's the face of it for me.
I severely dislike her.
Severely dislike.
And I think I could take her. Like 1,000%. She's one of the ones on my list that I 1,000% think that I could take.
Is she pretty short? I feel like she's short.
She's short, yeah.
Like all famous people are really little.
And I feel like she would be really mad, like, if I just hit her in her nose, because she just got a nose job recently. So I feel like all it would take is a shot to her nose, and she'd be like, meh.
All right, Kyle Richards, you're on the list. My next one is a package deal. I would only fight either of these people if they were together, so that I could do it in one foul swoop, because I feel like they are in cahoots. Let me explain. I would fight Ryan Murphy and Leah Michele if I saw them out together. If you don't know, Ryan Murphy is the creator of Glee. Leah Michele is Leah Michele.
The illiterate
the illiterate queen herself. Leah Michele, that shit's self-explanable. Like, she is just the worst. Not the best, and she was rude to my fave, Naya Rivera. So, already on the fight list for that alone. However, that wouldn't be enough for me to, like, fight her. If I saw her out, I'd probably be like, oh my god, Glee really meant a lot to me, so, like, I'm not gonna, start a little tiff. However, I feel that Ryan Murphy and Leah Michele did some shady devil cult shit to get Glee to be successful and to get her to be successful. And there's just some shady shit that went on that set. I feel like, I know this is all alleged, and obviously I'm not being serious, and this is not a real defamation of their character. Come on, people. You have to admit it's a little fucking sketchy that there are 3 cast members of Glee that are now deceased, former cast members that are now deceased, while Leah, Ryan, and then the people that are like close to them. Jonathan Groff, his career has taken off. Darren Chris's career has taken off. It's like all of the people that I feel like everybody involved in Glee, they either flopped, died, or were super successful. And to me, that is suspicious. And I feel like there should be some investigating. So maybe it's not like a fight. Maybe it's like a tell me what you did type of thing,
Love it.
Just had to include that.
I love that.
You're hearing my truth. Is that your Pete Davidson sweatshirt?
It is. It's so comfy.
Yeah.
It's so comfy. He's on my fuck list. This one is 100% bias to her character. This is literally nothing to do with this person individually. It is 1,000% due to her role in the 2009 horror movie Orphan, and that is Isabel Fuhrman. I'm so sorry to you. It is nothing against you personally. It's truly that you have just traumatized me for life. And if I saw you, I don't think I would be able to control my fight or flight response. So it could be fight, it could be flight. I just couldn't stand to see her face. If I ever saw that person, I might have a heart attack. So she's on my fight list.
Blackout, blindly swatting.
Yeah, it would be like a panic fight. It would not be because I have a vendetta against her. It would purely be because I'd be like, Esther has come to life. She's come to get me, and
it wouldn't
I'm
be
scared.
It wouldn't be a planned attack.
No.
It would be like a spontaneous, oh my god, fear response.
1,000%.
My next one is going to be, who do I want to put on the chopping block? We're getting close to the end of my list. I'll talk about Mr. Jimmy Kimmel. Again, another one that I feel like I am almost completely alone in the hatred of this man. I hate your show. Like, I hate your fucking show. It's dumb. You show old ass memes from the internet, and it feels like I'm being mansplained my TikToks. Like, that's what his show feels like. I'm watching TikToks, and then this middle-aged man is explaining them to me. And also that TikTok was viral like 2.5 months ago. So I don't know why we're just now talking about it. You're old, you're tired, you have nothing to bring to the table except torturing little children around Halloween time, enlisting their parents to steal their candy from them after trick or treat.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally a psychopath, you're a sociopath, and it's really just bringing to light to me that parents don't actually really like their kids that much. Again, I feel like a crazy person. I feel like I'm so alone in this. Also, they're just giving away tickets to that show. Like, I feel like he's fake famous because the amount of times I've gotten tickets to that show, like, just in my inbox, like, I don't think he's a fake celebrity. Like, I don't think he's actually, like, why are they trying to keep him famous? It's like Disney Channel when they were trying to make Drew Seeley a thing. It's giving that same energy.
Oh my God.
Why is he always hosting the Oscars? Why is he always, like, being put in these situations that are just gonna, like, keep him relevant and keep him around? Who's asking for that?
Yeah.
Is it really that important that what left does he have to contribute to the conversation? I just really don't.
Yeah.
So I'd be fighting Jimmy Kimmel. This year at the Oscars, he particularly ticked me off. I don't think he would have made my list. But this year at the Oscars, they were cutting people's speeches off so he could come out and give a little dorky dad joke. Like, these are the artists I'm here to see talk about their work. Get the fuck off my screen. If I want to watch Jimmy Kimmel, I'll tune into his fucking show. This is the Oscars. After the 2016 thing, he should not have been invited back.
A lot of late night talk show hosts fall into that category of it's just like very average white men getting a stage to make bad jokes, and that's it. Like Graham Norton
original
is the
jokes.
Not
original.
Graham Norton is literally the superior one, and he's not even from America. Like, he's literally the UK one, and he's the best. I do like Seth Meyers. Probably, like, out of all of them, Seth Meyers is probably my favorite, but that's because it's kind of like you got slim pickings across the board.
Yeah,
Yikes.
all late night. You're just, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we're, like, trying to keep these people going.
Next up, this one, Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't even necessarily want to fight her. I would like to mostly just maybe, like, give her a bag of flaming hot Cheetos and, like, a Reese's peanut butter cup and just see if she explodes. Like, I don't even want to fight her. I just want to see what happens if I make her eat good food, you know? I just want to see it. I don't really know, like, the internet, like, kind of hates her. I don't necessarily like her. I just feel like, once again, she just seems, like, kind of punchable to me. And her thing where she's like, I eat bone broth for lunch. I'm kind of like, bitch, something is wrong with you. Like, something is literally wrong with you.
Why
and
don't
especially
you just
the fact
eat
that you
normal,
named your
healthy
child
food?
I know, and the fact that she named her child Apple, I also feel like should be added to the reason why she should be on this fight list. So, she's on here for me.
Valid.
If I had the opportunity. I don't think I would go out of my way to fight her, but if given the opportunity, I wouldn't turn it down.
Second to last on my celebrity fight list is going to be Matthew Morrison, aka Mr. Schuster from Glee. Punchable face. He's got the whole package, like we've been talking about. Punchable face. Horrible, horrible character. A lot of it is attributed to that. But then just his general aura, like, since Glee and during Glee, it hasn't been great. His portrayal of the Grinch, one of my favorite characters, is a literal hate crime. It's mainly because of Mr. Schuster. That character is so awful. The fact that they tried to pass him off as, like, a good teacher, he literally wins, like, teacher of the century. He eventually, like, starts his own performing arts school by the end of the show. Like, Rachel Berry is thanking him for her Oscar or her Tony Award, whatever. Like, is made to look like a good person in that show, which a lot of the characters in that show are, and they're all kind of awful. He just sucks. I would fight him. I'm afraid of him.
You'd win.
I would. And my sister always sends me, like jump scare videos of him where it'll just be, like, some normal ass thing and then he'll pop up. Like, break dancing. Or he would rap all the time in Glee. And it's like, why? What possessed you? You have, like, a Broadway level voice, which also is super annoying and sucks really hard. But I'd take that over you rapping. You're Justin Timberlake ass, Briar Patch ass, hairdo. He has that same
Yeah.
hair. After they roasted the
Yeah.
shit out of it on that show, he still wears his hair like that.
Botched. I think he's beyond help, if we're being honest.
He's beyond Queer Eye.
Yeah. I think even Jonathan Van Ness would be like, ooh, I don't think there's anything I can do. It's a yikes. I have 4 left, so here, I'll like rapid fire a couple. The Langford sisters.
Yep.
We don't like either of them here. I do still like the After movies, but Miss Langford definitely cannot even deliver in that role, which is like a pretty easy role, kind of botched. And honestly, her sister, just because 13 Reasons Why, I think about her short wig, and that was just so ugly. So honestly, it's more for her, the character that's affecting me, like her image of herself in my head. So again, that's on me. But I also just think that like, I think they're both pretty. I just think they're both boring and kind of like, I don't get the hype. So
yeah, like mediocre white man. And then there's mediocre
it's like
white
mediocre
woman.
white women.
And they fall into that.
And that's how I feel they both are. Yeah. Like, why did Catherine Langford get chosen for Knives Out? Like, why was she cast in that? And then Chris Pratt, I feel like that's self-explanatory. He's the worst Chris.
Boo.
And
curb stomp.
Again,
that's a curb stomper.
Face.
Curb stomper.
That's a curb stomper.
Hillsong curb stomp.
Absolutely dislike. Okay, who do I want to say for, you know what, I'm gonna, because there's one that it's like, I legitimately fucking hate you. And like, I have reason. So I'm going to save him for last. But my second to last one, just so I'm caught up with Katie, is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yes.
This man has just overstepped his bounds, and I am just sick of him. First of all, he comes into the Fast and Furious franchise, which in 5, I appreciated. 6, I still liked. 7, I was over you, and you overstepped your bounds, and then you got a spin-off. You got a spin-off after all of these other amazing characters in that franchise that they could have focused on and put a movie towards. They gave him a spinoff, which was trash. And then he's in Moana, he's singing, then he's trying to make a music career, and then he's in Marvel now, or like DC. He's just everywhere, and I'm just so over him. I think he's so overrated. I don't think he's a good actor, and literally all he can do is like punch things. Like, I would never win in a fight. I'm not trying to like say that it's like, oh, I think I could take Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he's on my fight list. Like, no, I would be knocked out by just his pinky toe. And I just want him to retire with his millions of dollars that he has and just leave me in peace. I never want to see him on my screen ever again.
Yeah.
The last thing he has to infect is like Star Wars. Like, if he appeared in Star Wars, I think I legitimately would have to just like peel my eyes out of my head. I don't think I could deal with that.
Yeah.
So, sir, just stay the fuck away from me. I act like I see him all the time, that I'm like, just stay away. But I just like, I'm so sick of seeing him everywhere and in everything.
You know, can I make a last minute ad in that same vein? Him and Lin-Manuel Miranda give the same vibe of just like, everybody knows me, everybody knows what I'm known for. And like with Dwayne, I feel like he has too many of those things to be like, it's me, everybody. Like, did you see the announcement for the live action Moana? Did you see his? So he like went to one of the Hawaiian Islands with his family, super cute, whatever, to announce that they're doing a live action version of it. And he's like making his kids like sing along to You're Welcome and everything. And it just was so like condescending and weird and like.
Is he in it?
Yeah, of course. He's probably executive producing that shit.
He's probably gonna be fucking Maui, because that's the character that he voiced.
That's the thing. It's like that movie just came out. Why do they need to make a live action that just came out?
They don't.
Y'all are so tragic. Disney, you're grasping at straws.
Aria Wren, that bothers mommy. Like, he should have stopped at the game plan.
Yes.
He
or the
peaked in
Tooth
that.
Fairy one.
Let it be.
What's the Tooth Fairy one?
Isn't it just called the Tooth Fairy?
I loved that one too.
Like,
but
just leave it at that.
He got corny, like, with all of his recent stuff, like Jumanji, and it's just not a vibe. He's not a good actor. You are correct. That's a good one too.
Aria would also hate him, right? You hate him too, don't you? Right? You say boo. She's a Dwayne hater too. Okay, right. Are we down to our last ones then?
Yes.
Did you save the best for, like, did you save your most hated for last? Because I don't know if this is, like, most hated, but I feel like out of the ones that I was kind of, like, left with, he's the one I most hated.
Yeah, I think this is my most hated too. Okay, my final person is James Corden, another person that is just everywhere, and I don't appreciate it. I think his team probably accepts every single gig that comes to them because he's in everything. He's in Keurig commercials. He's in the latest blockbuster. He's on late night. He's on TikTok. He's running in the street dressed up as Belle. He's running in the street dressed up as a snowman. Like, he's on a huge building on my way to work at the CBS building. Like, I just can't escape. And there's this line from Glee that Sue Sylvester says, where she says, so you like show tunes. It doesn't mean you're gay. It just means you're awful. I feel like that phrase has never applied to a human being more than James Corden.
Oh my God.
I guess I don't really appreciate him playing the gay character in Prom. I know people like have their own opinions about straight people playing gay characters. It just like that performance in particular, it was like very stereotypical gay man. It was like James Corden acting like what he thinks a gay man acts like. And it wasn't fun for me to watch, and stop singing over actual good singers. If you're sitting in the car with the Jonas Brothers, I would prefer to hear them sing and not you. Have a good day.
Period.
Shut the fuck up.
I feel like he's, again, you know how you said, like, the Joey King was a universal one? I feel like he is also a universal one, you know? My number one on the fight list is going to have to go to none other than J.J. Abrams. I have so much beef with this man. If I ever saw this man, I would just complain to him and tell him about how many things I loved that he has fucked up. And the top two most prominent things that I will never get over with him. Number one, the ending of Lost. Lost was an amazing TV show. It truly was like a national phenomenon. Everyone was obsessed with it. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone was tuning in week to week to week. This was like peak network television. Right. It was a thriller. It was psychological. It had you like on the edge of your seat. It had you loving these characters, hating these characters. And then what was that ending? You decided to like make it biblical for no fucking reason. Even Michelle Rodriguez called that out in an interview recently. She was like, yeah, you know, like they did the whole Bible thing in the 6th season. Like that's not what I would have liked, but you know, whatever. It's like no one liked that. No one liked that ending. Trash. Absolutely hate him for that. And that's honestly why I haven't rewatched Lost in recent years, because like I don't want to watch 5 seasons of TV to then have the 6th one be garbage. Yeah. So, and then my most important grievance that I have with him, which I've talked about numerous times on here because we talk about Star Wars on like a somewhat frequent basis, like the Star Wars movies come up, and I will never forgive him for what he did in The Rise of Skywalker. Absolutely botched. People like, especially Star Wars fan base people who like hate Rian Johnson and vilify him, I'm like, you're directing your energy at the wrong person. I thought that Rian Johnson did an incredible job with The Last Jedi, and he set up for what I thought could have been an amazing 9th movie, and then J.J. Abrams came in and said, I don't like anything that you did, I'm going to do my own thing, and completely ruined all of the character development that Rian Johnson worked really, really hard to make in the 2nd movie, specifically with Kylo Ren / Ben Solo's character, and the entire ending was stupid. The entire Palpatine twist, stupid. So many things in that movie made me so angry, but I will truly never forgive him for killing off Kylo Ren / Ben Solo. You just don't do that. You just don't do that. Or to all of the amazing character development that was done with that character. So I will just forever be angry with him for that. For those 2 grievances.
Yeah, I was thinking of putting in the Game of Thrones writers for season 8, but I don't know if that's really deserved. Yeah, when people fuck up the shit that you love, it's hard not to be upset about it.
I know. That's kind of why I don't want to know. Like, I really want to know House of the Dragon spoilers, but I don't really, just in case if the writers, like, take it in a completely different direction. Like, I don't want to have my head kind of set on one storyline. I don't know. Absolutely. Even though none of that shit happens in George R.R. Martin's books. It happened in the show at the end, but still.
I'm so excited for that show to come back.
Me too. Oh my god, I don't want to wait.
Let us know if you guys want a celebrity fuck video.
Because we would gladly do that.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more positive energy up in his hizzy.
Sign off for mommy. Say bye.
Meow.
So.
And we lilas you.
Lilas.